When the tools don't touch the trauma. Welcome back to the ERPAW Podcast, where psychology meets presence, where clinical wisdom meets spiritual depth, and where the God who sees you meets the places inside you that even you are still learning to understand. In our last episode, we talked about something many people experience but rarely name: the hidden burnout of overprocessing. How people can spend years analyzing their wounds, yet still feel exhausted inside. But today we move one step deeper, because sometimes the issue is not overprocessing. Sometimes the deeper frustration sounds like this: I have tried everything and something inside me is still not healed. If that thought has ever crossed your mind, stay with me today, because what we are going to talk about may unlock something important in your healing journey. The toolbox problem. Imagine someone trying to fix their house. They walk into the garage and pick up a hammer. Now, the hammer is a very useful tool. You can build things with it, repair things with it. But imagine this person tries to use the hammer for everything. The sink is leaking, hammer. The electricity stops working, hammer. The door won't open, hammer. Soon the house is worse than it was before. Not because the hammer is bad, but because every tool has a purpose. Healing works the same way. Therapy is a powerful tool. Medication can be a powerful tool. Coaching is a powerful tool. But sometimes people unknowingly try to use one type of tool to heal every type of wound. And that is when frustration begins. The locked room inside the soul. Let me give you another picture. Imagine your soul is a house, right? And therapy is like cleaning the rooms of that house. You organize the living room, you sweep the kitchen, you open windows, you rearrange furniture. The house starts feeling better, lighter, healthier. But one day you walk down a hallway you've never paid attention to before. At the end of the hallway, there is a door and it is locked. You jiggle the handle, nothing. You push harder, still nothing. You try every key you have, still locked. And suddenly you realize something uncertain. You've been healing many parts of your life, but there is still a room inside your soul that has never been opened. Many people reach this moment and it confuses them, because they think, I've done therapy, I've prayed, I've tried everything, so why does this door still feel closed? The difference between brain wounds and soul wounds. Here is something important to understand. Trauma affects multiple layers of a person: the brain, the body, identity, the soul. Therapy does incredible work in helping the brain and the nervous system heal. It teaches the brain new patterns, it calms the body, it helps people understand their story. But some wounds reach deeper than patterns, they reach identity. Questions like, am I still worthy? Did my pain ruin my future? Does God still want me? These questions are not just psychological, they are spiritual. And spiritual wounds often require spiritual restoration. Let us pause here for a moment. Think about the child who falls and scrapes their knee. Sometimes the child does not just want medicine, right? They want someone to hold them. Presence, comfort, reassurance. Healing is not always about fixing the wound. Sometimes healing begins when the heart feels safe again. This is why the presence of God is so powerful in the healing journey. Because God does not only analyze your story, He restores your identity. He reminds you of who you are, who you were always meant to be. Imagine that locked room again. You tried every key, nothing worked. But then someone walks up behind you, someone who knows the house better than you do, someone who designed the house, and they say gently, I have the key. That is what many people experience when they finally allow God into their healing journey in a deeper way. Not just prayer as a routine, but presence as a relationship. Because God is not just observing your healing, He is participating in it. Now, the ERPAW perspective. At ERPAW Psychiatry and Wellness, we deeply respect clinical care. Therapy matters, psychiatry matters, medication can be life-changing, but what we also recognize is something sacred. Healing becomes most powerful when science and spirit work together. When the mind receives clinical support and the soul experiences divine presence. Because the goal of healing is not simply symptom reduction. The goal is wholeness. So right now, wherever you're listening, driving, cooking, working, pause for a moment and ask yourself something honestly. Is there a room inside my soul that I have tried to open with every tool but never invited God into? Not as a last resort, but as the restorer of that room. This brings us to a very important question. If God holds the key of some of the deepest healing, why do so many people hesitate to let Him into those places? Why do we sometimes allow therapies into our pain but struggle to allow God into the same story? In the next episode, we will talk about that exact mystery, learning to let God in where therapies cannot go. And what we will discover might change the way you think about surrender, healing, and trust. Because sometimes the hardest part of healing is not understanding your pain. The hardest part is letting God touch it. And that is where our next conversation begins. If you love this content, do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you do not miss any episode. And do not forget to subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.